Dobro jutro. Dobro jutro. I'm Pisces, 222. It is Monday, December 23rd, 2019. I haven't quite figured out, like, schedule-wise, what I'm going to do around Christmas. I probably won't do a collective video on Christmas Day, but I'll probably do a mini spread on Instagram and on my community tab for you guys. My family's coming up, so I'll spend time with them. Let's get our collective energy check here. Yeah, okay, so I'm still getting some control issues here between the twins. And it's not so much for external situations, like karmic situations at this point. I feel like it's actually within the connection itself. So we're kind of back to the twins kind of trying to control the connection in their own way. So I don't know if expectations have resurfaced or if maybe something triggered almost like reverting back into expectations for the connection itself. So that being said, I would definitely recommend for this particular collective, and this actually came in last night several times in the mini read session, I'd recommend root chakra hit or clearing for both twins today, for sure. Because it's like, I don't necessarily feel so much that stuck feeling or that trapped feeling in external situations, but I'm feeling a stuck feeling within the connections themselves. So I don't know, there may be some of you are feeling frustrated, maybe the connection's stagnant, maybe it's not going anywhere, or you feel like it's not going anywhere, that sort of thing. And if that's the case, stop focusing on the connection. I know we've been here before. Stop focusing on the connection if that's the case, okay? But I'm definitely picking up a lot of ascensions happening again. I also feel awakenings, definitely, but it's almost like a level up from the awakenings. Divine Masculine has definitely been going through awakenings for a while, but I feel like it's almost more like an ascension at this point. I don't feel a lot, most of them aren't fully awakened, haven't fully integrated the truth yet. But it's like the truth is there, they know it's there, but they're still trying to kind of control the connection. So that's kind of where I'm getting here. This stuck feeling. Okay, some of it is coming, actually most of it I do feel is coming from Divine Masculine at this point. Divine Feminine is almost trying to kind of bring in control in her own way, but really more with herself as far as the connection goes. I almost feel a role reversal kind of happening again. Like Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, the roles are switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I mean, that can be kind of unnerving, you know. But I feel like Divine Feminine is definitely working on balancing that out. And actually Divine Masculine is too, in their own way. Okay, but I'm definitely feeling a lot of triggers right now. Okay, so maybe solar plexus clearing as well. Yeah, and this whole idea of releasing control, a lot of it, again, it just stems from insecurities. Most of them don't want to feel vulnerable. Kind of triggers that runner response, you know, when you feel vulnerable. And I almost feel like, again, like the roles are switching here. I feel like Divine Feminine more in the runner energy right now, which is interesting, okay? But yeah, see, so awakenings, definitely. Still some dark night of the soul coming in, I do feel, because, I mean, there's a serious battle with the ego happening right now across the board. It's not just with Divine Masculine, okay? And so, you know, I just said, like, the roles are reversing. That runner-chaser dynamic has flipped a little bit. And there's definitely ego there that needs to be broken down both sides, okay? So yeah, feeling definitely a lot of sexual energy, But I'm also feeling like a renewed, almost like a supercharged spirituality kind of coming through right now. And it could be because, you know, the holiday season and things like that. There's kind of an uptick in just spirituality in general, and like recognizing blessings and signs and things like that. Definitely feel 5D communication has been just on the upswing for probably a couple of months, and I just feel like it's getting more and more and more intense. So a lot of you are probably feeling this. You might be the big one for me usually my head chakra starts tingling. That's a big one. But I definitely feel like it's not just dreams. I feel like in waking life, a lot of twins are experiencing an upswing in 5D communication. And it could be song messages, it could be like actual downloads, telepathic messages, things like that, okay? I'm still feeling Divine Masculine, still reaching out in the 5D for guidance more than help at this point. And Divine Masculine, you know, most of them are looking to Divine Feminine to kind of show them what to do, and that's always been a thing. But now it's almost like they're recognizing that that's the case, and a lot of them I do feel are picking up on the fact that they can communicate in the 5D with Divine Feminine. So that could be where the upswing is happening. It's like they're realizing they can do it, especially with the sexual energy, because that's really, really huge right now, especially with Dark Night of the Soul coming in, okay? And again, messages are coming through, I do feel, for a lot of you. I'm getting from Source, I'm getting from your spirit team, from your higher self and that sort of thing, but definitely also with the counterparts. I feel a lot of communication is happening right now. 3D, I do feel some 3D, but definitely with the 5D, like huge upswing in 5D communication for the twins, okay? Let's take a look at Divine Masculine. What's going on? All right, let's get a couple more. All right, well, I was saying a lot of darkness coming up, a lot of Dark Night of the Soul, but I'm also getting a lot of obsession as well. And I actually meant to mention that, sorry. So Divine Masculine, yep. Still some karmic situations that need to be wrapped up, some karmic cycles, codependent cycles, things like that. And this particular card usually represents to me a karmic partner, possibly a baby mama, a wife, girlfriend, whatever. But it could also be a mother, okay? So I am picking up on that today. Getting financial codependence, definitely. Not so much emotional codependence at this point. I do feel that particular cycle is wrapping up for most Divine Masculines right now. Now it's just they're focused on the financial. They're focused on the money. And some of them are staying in situations because of the money. Some of them are actually understanding that they don't need to be in a toxic situation in order to be financially stable. So some of them are actually working on their own abundance, on their own foundation, so that they can leave these situations. Much like Divine Feminine has been doing, right? But I definitely feel there's a lot of emotional manipulation, mental manipulation in some of these situations. And it's not all coming from the karmic partner, okay? Or the karmic person. It may not be a partner, okay? It's almost like there's a manipulation to stay in the situation for the time being until they can get their crap together, which in a way is toxic. So that, I mean, it's like make up your mind sort of a thing, right? But I am getting also that, you know, there's a lot of conflict going on in the karmic situations. Some of them may be trying to make it work. Some of them may be trying to make peace. And in a way, controlling the end of the cycle because they don't want to be the bad guy. They don't want to be the one to walk away. And that being said, though, I do still feel some divine masculines having issues setting boundaries as far as that goes. And some of them are looking at divine feminine this way, okay? Divine feminine may have put up some boundaries maybe because of this, okay? So keep that in mind. And you know what, you got to do what you got to do, you know, divine feminine, you're sick of being an option, okay. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Just make sure that you're not fully Queen of Swords, otherwise you might miss some messages from Source, right? So yeah, I mean, whatever is happening here, though, it is triggering more decision-making. Basically, divine masculine, in a way, has already made his choice. He's just trying to figure out how to cross the river, right? Kind of leaving this stuff behind here and focusing on this, okay? And they definitely have a decision happening right now, especially when it comes to what makes them happy, and a decision as far as if there's a third party situation, what the decision actually is, right? They know what the decision is. They're just not really quite sure how to implement it. So it could be, you know, while they're still holding on to things right now because they're kind of still in decision mode, not really quite sure how to move forward yet. I mean, divine feminine's been in this place before. Some divine feminines are still in this place. You know, they're still in decision mode. They know they need to make a decision and they want to make a decision. Or maybe they have made their decision. They're just trying to figure out the logistics of that, right? But I'm still getting I'm getting a lot of obsession here. Definitely obsession and getting addiction, coping mechanisms, toxicity just in general around divine masculine right now. And some of it is from the karmic situation. Some of it is maybe they are self-indulging, you know, they're partaking in escapist tactics of some sort, you know, and again, that could be anything. It could be drugs, could be drinking, could be video games, sex, whatever. But I am definitely getting still some toxicity coming in here. And definitely a battle with self still. There's still a battle with self here. Not even so much with the karmic situation, but with themselves at this point, right? But a lot of them are in situations where the foundation's just not sound. There's no anchor there. Like, everything's upside down. And I feel like it's like a realization at this point, but I feel like they're really in their heads about it. It's like they're thinking about things, about where they are now and how they got there. And almost trying to figure out the karmic situation as in what went wrong. But at this point, I'm not getting so much regret or remorse or guilt about it. It's more of an intellectual thing. They're literally sitting there trying to figure out, okay, so how did this go wrong? Was it just me? And I think a lot of them are getting realization that it is a lesson. And I feel like the lessons are wrapping up. The cycles are ending. Most of them are in the energy of understanding the lesson itself. Does that make sense? Which is an interesting energy, okay? It's like, all right. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling the roles reversing here. Which happens, you know? Happens all the time, actually. That whole runner-chaser dynamic, very, very interesting. Okay, so Divine Feminine, yeah, boom, Manifestation, that's the number one card here. So Divine Feminine, and these two should definitely go together. Divine Feminine manifesting her happiness here, okay? And it's coming in droves. A lot of Divine Feminines are very stable within themselves right now. Still kind of trying to hold on to some control. Again, I feel it's mostly with themselves at this point. Maybe they feel kind of listless, so they're trying to literally control themselves at this point. maybe control their impulses. I do feel some divine feminines are in an impulsive energy, but they're trying to hold themselves back from that. So maybe could be some escapist tactics coming in for divine feminine and trying to control that. Maybe you have an urge to like go out and spend a bunch of money or something like that. You know, it's holiday season, so maybe wanting to spend a bunch of money. Maybe because you just recently manifested a bunch of your abundance and you're wanting to go spend it. But I feel that a lot of divine feminines are trying to keep themselves from doing that because they know that it's not responsible. So in a way, I mean, control is good in that way, okay? So there's a balance. There's a balance with control, okay? The only thing you can control is yourself. So the fact that divine feminine is trying to control herself is a good thing, okay? But yeah, I definitely feel a lot of divine feminines in this energy right now of really embracing inner happiness and inner peace. And a lot of divine feminines are still manifesting the connection. I do feel even though some divine feminines may have walked away or put up boundaries, they're still sending energy to the connection, still trying to heal the connection, and trying to do it in a healthy way instead of a codependent way. Whereas before, a lot of time, I think divine feminine was very codependent with that, just like constantly sending energy, but then feeling drained because divine masculine was taking the energy and using it in their karmic situation. And I don't feel that's happening right now. I feel like divine masculine is using his own energy at this point, instead of replenishing his energy with divine feminine's energy, okay? I do still feel a little bit of anxiety coming in with divine feminine, but mostly I do feel it's because of definitely if you're on the verge of making a leap or making a big change or a cycle is ending, that's going to bring in anxiety, okay? So don't beat yourself up about it. But it also could be Ascension symptoms as well. If you're going through Ascension right now, you know, sleepless nights is a thing. Anxiety is a thing, okay? Sometimes it comes out of nowhere, but you also could be feeling this from your counterpart. If your counterpart is going through dark night of the soul or battling the ego or going through a very difficult karmic situation or ending of a cycle, you're probably going to feel that energy. Okay, but yeah, divine feminine, you know, also moving forward with decisions here. I don't feel divine feminine's as much in her head as she was. A lot of divine feminines are really embracing. That was weird. Really embracing change. Okay, really embracing new beginnings. Really embracing her ascension, and I feel even in some ways embracing triggers that are coming through. Okay, as good things because they are, right? And I mean, that being said, I mean, there's still some purging that's probably happening right now, but don't feel it's as heavy right now as it was for divine feminine. I feel like she's really trying to balance that out. I feel a lot of balance with divine feminine right now, and I'm not even just talking about myself. I just feel in general, like within the collective, I feel a lot of balance with divine feminine. I feel like divine feminine is pretty much at a point where she's done playing the victim. Does that make sense? No more victim for divine feminine. Right? All right. Let's get some messages from the counterparts. All right. Yeah. Okay. And, you know, or some of you still have some karmic issues. There's some of that anxiety coming through. I feel a lot of reunions happening next year, guys. Like a lot. And I said next year's kind of a self-reflection year for a lot of people. I feel a lot of shifts are going to be happening next year with a lot of connections, so be prepared. Also, I want to give a shout out Snow White, as she is on the channel. sent me these. These are her oracle cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. Like right up my alley. And I'm going to share the link where you can buy them from her. And she was so nice to send these to me, and a lovely card as well. So thank you so much. So happy to be able to use them on today's reading. So let's get some messages and advice from Source here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, definitely still feeling some dark night of the soul here, okay? And if you're facing this right now, just remember it is temporary, okay? Just focus on your healing, raise your vibration, get in a happy energy. Find something that makes you happy and do it, okay? Even if you feel stuck in a situation, even if you feel trapped, if you feel alone, you know, that sort of thing. Remember, you're not alone, all right? A lot of us are going through very similar things right now. I think I mentioned this yesterday on the private mini reading live that I did yesterday. There are so many parallels happening right now within all the connections. And I know I've mentioned this before with people who have sent me emails and stuff like that, saying that they're going through the same thing as me, or they have gone through the same thing as me. And it's just astounding to me how much the different connections are mirroring. Even soulmate connections, karmic connections, they're mirroring right now. It's crazy. So you're definitely not alone. So don't feel that way. And of course, you always have Source, right? So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling trapped, it's all in your mind. It's all in your head. You're not. You're really not. Okay? You can make a change if you want to. Yes, you can. And if you need help to do that, there are people around you that will help you, okay? So don't ever feel alone, because you're not. Find something that makes you happy, okay? Find something that brings you joy, brings you bliss, that gets you out of that feeling of hopelessness and depression, okay? Because there is light at the end of the tunnel. I do feel that happening. Again, a lot of shifts are happening, okay? And especially Divine Feminine, you want to keep that vibration high. You want to shine that light, because if you don't, Divine Masculine is in darkness. Okay? Just keep that in mind. He can't get to you. All right, if your vibration is low. But yeah, I'm definitely getting 5D communication, dreams, telepathy, that sort of thing. But I definitely encourage you all to pay attention to your dreams. I know some people mention they don't remember their dreams. Set the intention to remember your dreams. Okay, and ask your spirit team to help you. And I mean, like, keep something to write with and to write on beside your bed. And as soon as you wake up, like, not even get up, don't even get up. Just grab what you got, write it down, because as you go through the day, like, things slowly go away and you stop remembering, okay? And that would definitely help you, because I do feel that a lot of people are getting messages through dreams right now from Source, especially, okay, on what their next move should be and what's coming, okay? All right, guys, well, I really hope this helped. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.